After my divorce, my mom invited me and my daughter to move back in. I paid rent, groceries, and even covered her credit card debt. But when I missed a week of work due to a car accident, I came home to our stuff on the porch. "We can't support you forever," she said. My sister had moved in that morning with her boyfriend, rent-free. "They have a future," she said. "You're just stuck." When my marriage collapsed, it didn't feel real at first. 12 years, gone. Matt and I had been through the thick of it: debt, layoffs, miscarriages, fights that lasted days. But when he walked out, it felt like the floor of my life just gave out under me. One morning, I came home from a 12-hour shift and found his side of the closet empty. Just a note on the kitchen counter: "I'm not happy. I need a fresh start." A few months later, I heard through the grapevine he was living in Nevada with a girl half his age who worked at a casino diner. I held it together for my daughter, Harper. 6 years old, wild hair and wild dreams. I would have lived in a cardboard box if it meant keeping her safe. So when Mom said, "Just come home, baby. We'll take care of you," I believed her. I packed everything we owned into my beat-up Corolla and drove from Waco to Lubbock in one long night. The first few weeks at Mom's house felt okay. We slept in my old bedroom, Harper tucked beside me in a twin bed. It wasn't ideal, but it was home. Mom acted like a hero at first, telling people at church how she took in her struggling daughter, playing the martyr when friends brought it up. But at home, the tone was different. She started asking when I was going to help out, just a little bit with the groceries. Then it was utilities. Then rent. Then her credit cards, because she was retired and on a fixed income. By the end of the second month, I was giving her $400 a month for rent, paying $200 a month toward her Discover bill, buying all the groceries, and covering cable and internet. Meanwhile, Shelby breezed in and out like a teenager on summer vacation. She didn't pay a damn cent. Shelby never kept a real job more than a few weeks. She once got hired at a vape shop and quit after 3 days because the manager was a dick. Her boyfriend Travis was worse. He couldn't hold a job to save his life, and he had a record a mile long. Mom hated him, or pretended to until suddenly she didn't. Funny how fast loyalty can flip when money's involved. It was January when I had the car accident. Still dark when I left the house that morning, scraping ice off the windshield while Harper coughed her little lungs out in the back seat. The intersection by the Walmart is where it happened. I had the green light. The other guy didn't even slow down. T-boned me so hard, I spun into a fire hydrant. Whole driver's side crushed in like a soda can. The ER doctor said I was lucky I wasn't dead. Said the muscle strain in my lower back was bad enough that I needed at least a week off work. No lifting, no long periods sitting or standing. Just rest. When I called Mom from the hospital, she sounded annoyed. Not worried. Not scared. Just irritated that she had to pick Harper up from school. She didn't even come to the hospital. Just texted, "Keep me updated." I got a ride home from a coworker. Everything felt weird. Colder. Like I'd crossed some invisible line and didn't realize it. I spent 3 days on the couch, popping Advil and applying ice packs, while Mom moved around me like I was a ghost. Shelby and Travis started spending a lot more time there, whispering in the kitchen, carrying in bags from Walmart and HomeGoods. New curtains went up in the living room. Mom's favorite coffee table disappeared and a new modern one took its place. On Friday, I had a physical therapy appointment across town. Took the bus because my car was totaled and I couldn't afford a rental. I was gone 2 hours. 2. When I got back, I found our lives on the damn porch. 3 black trash bags. Harper's pink Barbie backpack. A battered box that had kitchen written on it in Sharpie, now soaked from the sprinkler that hit it. I froze. Thought maybe it was a mistake. Maybe they were cleaning out the garage or something. I walked up to the door. Tried to turn the knob. Locked. Knocked once. No answer. Knocked harder. Mom opened it just a crack. just wide enough for me to see her face, tight and blank like I was some solicitor selling vacuum cleaners. She said, "We can't support you forever. It's time you stand on your own 2 feet." I said, "What are you talking about? I've been paying everything." She just shrugged, like it didn't matter. Like it never had. Behind her, I saw Shelby and Travis sitting on the couch, eating pizza straight from the box. They looked comfortable. Settled. Shelby caught my eye and smirked. "Mom needs people who are going places," she said. "You're just stuck." Mom nodded again like a bobblehead doll. "It's not personal, honey. You need to go live your life." Shelby and Travis are working on their future. I swear my heart physically broke inside my chest. Harper tugged at my sleeve, whispering, "Mommy, why is Grandma mad?" I didn't even have words. I grabbed what I could carry and stuffed it into the car. Left the rest. We slept in that car that night. Me in the front seat, Harper curled up behind me with a thin blanket. It was 32 degrees outside. My back screamed from the cold and the awkward angle. I lay there staring up through the cracked windshield, wondering what the hell I had done to deserve this. The next morning, I drove to the nearest laundromat parking lot and just sat there, trying to figure out what to do. I had $312 in my bank account. No car. No job until I could stand on my feet again. No real friends in town anymore, since moving back had been an act of pure desperation. No family, not really. I tried calling Mom. Straight to voicemail. I tried texting, "Please, just let me stay a few more days." For Harper. No answer. I spent the whole day calling shelters, but most were full or didn't accept children. The motel where I worked offered me a discounted rate of $70 a night, which was still too much. I couldn't stay in the car forever. That night, I swallowed my pride and called my old friend Casey from high school. We hadn't spoken in years. She lived on the edge of town, raising 3 kids of her own with a husband who worked oil rigs. I choked out everything, every horrible detail, and she didn't even hesitate. "Get your butt over here. Couch is yours until you figure it out." I cried so hard I had to pull over on the drive to her house. Living at Casey's wasn't easy, but it was safe. Clean. Kind. She didn't ask for rent. She didn't guilt-trip me. She just made sure Harper had warm meals and that I had somewhere to rest my back. While I healed up, I started planning. Really planning. Because the more I thought about what Mom and Shelby did, the more a dark, cold part of me burned to get even. Not loud revenge. Not anything illegal. But something they would feel for a long, long time. I knew their weak spots. Mom loved her reputation. Church lady, sweet old grandma, pillar of the community. Shelby loved appearances even more. She had just started building her little influencer brand, promoting junk products and posting fake perfect life pictures with Travis. I started quietly gathering information. First, I looked into the house. Mom's house. The one she threw me out of. Turns out, it wasn't really hers. She had taken out a second mortgage years ago after Dad died, and she was behind on payments. Way behind. So behind that foreclosure notices had been sent and ignored. Second, I looked into Shelby and Travis. Shelby was on probation for shoplifting charges from last summer. Something Mom must have helped bury because it never made the church newsletter. Travis was worse. 3 open warrants in another county for minor theft and vandalism. I had everything I needed. Now it was about timing. One Sunday morning, I dressed Harper in her best dress and went back to Mom's church. Head held high, smiling at every old lady who gasped when they saw me. Oh, bless her heart, she's been through so much. I sat in the back row and waited. Waited until right after service, when everyone gathered in the lobby for coffee and small talk. That's when I dropped the first bomb. Loud enough for half the congregation to hear, I told Pastor Eric how grateful I was that Casey had taken me in after Mom threw me and Harper onto the street during my recovery from a car accident. Added how hard it must be for mom, keeping up with all those mortgage payments after the second loan. Faces turned. Whispers started. Mom's face went pale. Shelby, standing next to her, looked like she wanted to kill me. I didn't stay to see the fallout. I grabbed Harper's hand and left, feeling a tiny seed of satisfaction. That wasn't enough, though. Not even close. The next part took more work. I emailed the company Shelby was promoting for little boutique brands that cared about family values and authentic influencers and included screenshots of her criminal record and Travis's warrants. Screenshots of both of them smoking weed in the backyard, posted to Shelby's private Facebook story. Yeah, Shelby wasn't smart about her privacy settings. Within a week, she lost every sponsorship deal she had. Her influencer dreams shattered overnight. She posted a pathetic Instagram story sobbing about cancel culture and jealous haters. I watched it twice. Felt nothing. I wasn't done yet. I also sent an anonymous tip to the bank holding mom's mortgage, attaching recent photos showing Travis's renovations read illegal modifications on the property. The bank sent out inspectors. Within 2 months, mom's house officially went into foreclosure proceedings. Public record. Everyone in the neighborhood knew. At church, she stopped showing up. Too much shame. Too many whispers. Shelby and Travis moved into a 1-bedroom apartment on the bad side of town. Last I heard, Travis got picked up on his warrants and Shelby was begging people on Facebook for gas money. Meanwhile, I got my act together. Casey helped me get a better job working for a small insurance office. Better pay. Set hours. Health benefits. Harper's in a better school district now. We share a little 2-bedroom apartment with a blue door and a tiny kitchen, and every night, when I tuck her in, I remind her, we are safe. We are together. We are home. I think about mom sometimes. About how fast she turned on me. About how family isn't blood, it's love. And about how some betrayals don't deserve forgiveness. Only consequences. About 6 months after mom lost the house, I got a letter in the mail. It wasn't from her. It was from a law office. Turns out mom had listed me as a financial guarantor on one of her credit cards without telling me. Back when I was living with her, when she needed help with her bills, she had added my name to a new account. I never saw a dime of it. She had maxed it out, defaulted, and now the collections agency was coming for me. $7,412.36, plus interest. It hit me like a punch to the gut. I sat there at my tiny kitchen table staring at the letter while Harper colored dinosaurs on the floor. I thought about calling mom, screaming at her, begging her to fix it. But deep down, I knew it wouldn't matter. She had made her choice. She picked Shelby and Travis. She picked herself. I called the law office instead. Explained the fraud. Opened a police report. Started the long, nasty process of fighting it. It took months, but eventually, they cleared me. The account got taken off my record. They said they'd pursue other legal avenues for the balance. Meaning, they were coming after her. It was justice in a slow, grinding way. Not the kind you scream about. The kind that bleeds someone dry one little paper cut at a time. In the middle of all that, another twist came. One afternoon, my phone buzzed with a number I didn't recognize. I almost didn't answer it, but something made me pick up. It was Travis's mother. I barely remembered meeting her once at some awkward family cookout. But there she was, voice rough and desperate. Look, I know you don't owe us anything, she said, but Shelby's in trouble. Travis is back in jail. She's about to get evicted. She's pregnant. Pregnant. I sat there, stunned, while this woman begged me to somehow intervene. To talk some sense into Shelby. To help her get back on her feet. Like I was still part of their world. Like I was supposed to forget everything they did and swoop in like some guardian angel. I told her no. Flat. Cold. Final. Tell Shelby she made her choices, I said. And so did I. I hung up before she could argue. Later that night, after Harper was asleep, I sat on my porch in the sticky Texas heat and thought about it all. Everything they'd taken from me. Everything they thought I owed them. And I realized they thought I would always be the weak one, the soft one, the sucker. They thought I would keep cleaning up after them forever. But not anymore. I had my own life now, my own future. And this time, nobody, not Mom, not Shelby, not anybody, was going to take it away from me again. Months passed. I stayed focused on my life, my daughter, my small wins. It wasn't easy. There were nights I cried into my pillow, wondering why it still hurt. Wondering why betrayal by your own blood cuts deeper than anything else. But each day got a little better. I got a small promotion at work. I started saving. Harper laughed more and worried less. We were healing, one stubborn step at a time. One Saturday morning, while Harper was watching cartoons, I got another message. This time, it wasn't from Travis's family. It was from Shelby herself. A pitiful Facebook message, full of spelling errors and crocodile tears. Hey, can we talk? I made mistakes. Mom is sick. Really need you. Please answer. I almost deleted it. Almost. But something in me needed to see it through. Not out of kindness. Out of closure. Out of cold, hard finality. I agreed to meet her. Public place. Neutral ground. A McDonald's off the freeway. When I walked in, I barely recognized her. Shelby was rail thin, face puffy from crying, clothes baggy and stained. She looked like life had chewed her up and spit her out. She stood up too fast when she saw me. "Oh my God, thank you for coming," she said, grabbing my hand like we were sisters again. I pulled away. We sat. For a few minutes, she rambled. About Travis being locked up for good this time. About getting evicted from 2 apartments. About bouncing between shelters and couches. About Mom being real sick, some heart issue. No insurance. No money. No options. She finally got to the point. We need help. You have a place. You have a job. Harper would love to see Grandma again. She smiled like that would melt me. Like the past year hadn't happened. I leaned back in my seat. Looked her right in the eyes. You kicked me and my daughter out when we were broken and bleeding, I said. You called me deadweight. You laughed while I packed our lives into garbage bags. Shelby's smile faltered. It wasn't like that, she started, but I cut her off. It was exactly like that. I stood up, grabbed my purse, left my half-empty coffee on the table. Before I walked away, I said one more thing. You're on your own now. Just like you wanted. I didn't look back. 2 months later, I heard through the grapevine that Mom passed away. Shelby posted a sad little GoFundMe asking for funeral donations. It barely raised $200. Nobody cared anymore. The community Mom once cherished had long since turned their backs. You can only play the martyr so many times before people see the truth. I didn't go to the funeral. I didn't send flowers. I didn't even send a card. Instead, I took Harper to the park that day. We rode the carousel. We ate ice cream until we were sick. We lived. We smiled. Because some people don't deserve the chance to hurt you twice. Because sometimes, walking away is the loudest, clearest revenge there is.